Today we are going to cover the last topic of this chapter. Okay, that is soil degradation and conservation of soil. These are the remaining topics. Okay, and in our previous lectures we have completed. We have learned about the formation of soil and the types of soils. Okay, so now let's move further. Yes. Now, here this is today we are going to learn about the soil erosion and degradation. Okay, so now what is these? What are these terms we are going to learn in detail? Now, see, children, a layer of soil, which is what it is, a top layer of soil, it gets removed due to the wind or water. Yes or no? Water flows. Okay, water flows over there, and due to wind what happens, this the upper layer of the soil, it is removed, it gets removed. Because of it flows. Okay, because of this what happens, the soil gets eroded. Eroded means what? It gradually destroys. Okay, it is what? Gradually destroy. Okay, getting destroyed. So eroded means gradually getting destroyed. So when this, due to the wind and water, the upper layer of the soil gets removed, and because of this, the soil is destroyed, means it gets eroded. Running water, climate, and diversity in physiography are reasons of soil erosion. So what are the reasons of soil erosions? Running water, climate, and diversity in physiography. These are the main reasons of soil erosion. So because of this, the soil is getting eroded or it is getting destroyed. The soil quality may get lower due to certain reasons, means its quality. Okay, quality, there is what? It may lower due to certain reasons. So this is called as what? Degradation of soil. When the quality of soil is lowered, when it is reduced. Okay, to obtain higher agricultural yield. Okay, to obtain higher agricultural yield, chemical fertilizers, insecticides, and weedicides are used. Okay, so in order to have a good quality of agriculture, in order to grow good quality crops and all, okay, use of chemical fertilizers, insecticides, and weedicides are done. Okay, so that we are to so that we will obtain higher agricultural yield. Okay, now see, children, this is the soil degradation. Because of soil degradation, how is the condition of the soil? You can see in this picture. Now see, children, in order to have higher yield, okay, we are using chemical fertilizers and all, insecticides and pesticides. But using the excessive using them in excess will lead to, again, it is again going to destroy soil. Okay, excessive use of anything is always going to trouble us. Okay, it's a very simple thing. So the excessive spraying of chemicals and use of chemical fertilizers lead to soil degradation. Clear? So these are the reasons behind the degradation of soil. Excessive excessive irrigation draws the salts from the soil upwards and makes the soil saline and then unproductive. Clear, children? So excessive irrigation, okay, it leads to what? It draws the salts from the soil upwards. Okay, because of it, what happens? It draws the salts from the soil upwards and makes the soil saline, means it contains salt in it. Okay, it makes the soil saline and it is unproductive, means we cannot produce crops on it. Okay, the soil is unfertile or its fertility is reduced. Due to excessive use of chemicals, their residues remain in the soils for many years. Means residue means what? See, as we are applying chemicals, as we are using chemicals to grow the crops and all. Okay, so due to their excessive use, their residues. Okay, after that process, residues means their remains. Okay, their leftovers are remain in the soil for many years, and because of this, what happens? They become a threat to the existence of microorganisms in the soil. So because of this, what happens? It is a threat. Okay, it is very dangerous for the microorganisms which are in the soil, and they are what? They help Okay, they help farmer, they are called as the friends. Okay, yes or no? So this is actually a threat for them. It leads to lowering of the humus content in the soil, and plants do not get micronutrients. Now humus, we know very well, it is formed because of the decomposition of remains of decomposition process of plants and animals. Okay, and we obtain that. Okay, so now see, because of this, what is happening, it actually it lowers the humus content in the soil, and humus is very necessary. Okay, it leads to the fertility of the soil, and plants do not get micronutrients. So plants are not getting micronutrients. If the pH of the soil thus gets disturbed, it is a sign of soil degradation. See, so because of this, what happens, its pH also, if the pH is disturbed, if the pH of the soil is disturbed, these are the signs of it. Okay, these are what, these are the sign that soil is degraded. Okay, now next is, now see children, we learned about how the soil got eroded, or we learned about soil degradation. Now it is our role and it is our duty to conserve soil. Why it is our duty to conserve soil, why we have to protect it, why we have to think in that order? Because in order to grow good quality crops, in order to have a fertile soil, it is very important that we should conserve it. Okay, now, considering the importance of soil, see children, soil plays a very important role in our lives. Okay, it is very necessary to conserve it. It is necessary to protect the fertility of soils of farmlands from getting washed out due to rains. Now see, because because of the rains, okay, because of the rains, you must have seen that when all of a sudden rain occurs, farmers, they get worried. Okay, because of the untimely raining and all, because of that, what happens, farmers are, they get worried, and they are worried because they are growing crops in that land. So what happens because of this, and due to these rains, what happens, the fertile soils, okay, of the flower of the farmlands from getting, they actually get washed out. Okay, so their fertility reduces. Soil conservation includes the works like, now what are these soil conservation, what are the initiatives taken, what are we supposed to do? Soil conservation includes what, the works like construction of embankments. Now embankments is what children, you must have seen that they are constructing the walls and all near the field and all. So what happens because of this, it actually prevents the flooding water to enter the region. Okay, like that. So some walls are constructed, planting trees on them, clear, construction of gully plugs against the steep slopes, etc. So all these are what, they are the responsible, they are all these work is considered in soil conservation. Gullies are what children? They are construction of gully plugs against the steep slopes are done. Okay, they are what? They are actually a channel form. Okay, they are forming a channel so that the water can pass through it. Such works are taken up by the Department of Soil Conservation. Planting trees can also control the velocity of the wind. Okay, so see, it can actually control the velocity of the wind. So if we plant more and more trees, we can have a control on it. So this helps reducing the erosion of soil by wind. Okay, so whatever erosion which is happening because of wind, it can be controlled. Okay, we can control it. The plant roots hold the soil, and this also reduces the erosion of soil. So what is plant roots are doing, they hold the soil. Okay, they actually hold the soil near it, and this also reduces the erosion of soil. So now see children, this is the picture of soil conservation. You can see over here. Now under soil conservation, the continuous contour trenches, that is CCTs, are constructed along the slopes. Okay, they are actually formed along the slopes. Construction of such trench at different height checks the velocity of water running along the slopes, and hence it reduces the soil erosion. So now see children, there are such CCTs are constructed along the slopes, and because of that, what happens, they actually at different heights, these such trends are constructed at different heights, they actually check the velocity of the running water along the slopes, and hence they reduces the soil erosion. The water arrested in these trenches percolates in the ground. Okay, what it does, the water which is arrested, okay, the water which is in that region, in those trenches, it percolates into the ground, it filters, it drains into that ground. Okay, now moving ahead, the government of Maharashtra has implemented the watershed. Our government has done what? Government of Maharashtra, they have actually implemented watershed, that is catchment area watershed development program, under which constructing embankments along slopes in rural areas. So what are the programs are done by the government in that watershed development program? They are what? They are constructing the embankments along the slopes in the rural areas. They are introducing CCTs along the steep slopes. Okay, all these two programs are undertaken in the watershed development program, and they are done by whom? The government of Maharashtra. This led to the success of the scheme Arrest Water, Let It Percolate. So what is this? This is a scheme, okay, which is done by the government, and because of all these programs, there was a success in this scheme, that is Arrest Water and Let It Percolate. So let it percolate. So let let the water settle at a particular region and let it percolate, let it drain, let it filter in the soil. Moving ahead, now because of these schemes and all, this has actually resulted in rising the groundwater levels and reducing the soil erosion. Clear? So groundwater level, the groundwater, actually because of this, the water which is available, the groundwater which is available, it is what? It is rising, its level is rising, and it reduces the soil erosion. Now, recently the government has launched the scheme called Jalyukt Shivar. Okay, they have done what? They have again launched one scheme that is called as Jalyukt Shivar. In this scheme, what happens in this scheme? Some work are undertaken, and they are what? Again, construction of farm bunds, arresting waters of small streams, connecting the streams, etc. Such works are actually carried out on a large scale in this scheme, that is Jalyukt Shivar. It is advisable to reduce the excessive use of chemical fertilizers and pesticides. So they are advising the farmers and all that they should actually reduce the excess use of chemical fertilizers and pesticides. Now you can see over here how we can preserve it, okay, how we can conserve the soil. If organic manures, vermicompost. Now vermicompost is what, beta? It is like so yes, I was telling you about vermicompost. It is what? It is the product of the decomposition process. Okay, and it is a product of decomposition process in which species of worms. Okay, you all know. Okay, different worms or various worms are used. Okay, and it is actually used to create a mixture of decomposing vegetable or food waste. Okay, so that is the vermicompost, children, and are used regularly. It helps to maintain the pH balance of the soil, and it increases the proportion of humus which is required, okay, and it retains the fertility of soil. Okay, so once if the soil is fertile, as long as the soil is fertile, we are able to grow good quality crops. Clear, children? Now, keeping the farmland fallow for some period and cultivating different crops alternatively is important to help retain the fertility of soil. So now see, what if we keep the farmland fallow for some period? Okay, means we are not using the land for certain duration. Okay, so for example, for 2 to 3 months, if we are not keeping it, then and we are cultivating different crops, okay, alternatively. Clear? Different crops, say not same kind of crop is grown in that particular area in that soil, cultivating different crops alternatively. This also helps to retain the fertility of soil. So children, this was our lesson, that is soil. It is completed now.